Hello, guys.
Hey guys, we're live, and we're in an incredibly noisy restaurant, so we apologize for that.
It's not on purpose, not on purpose.
Yes, we're having trouble getting good Wi-Fi here. It's really weird. The hotel has terrible Wi-Fi. Our little Wi-Fi egg thing's getting an incredibly bad signal up here in Harbin, so we had to go to a restaurant. So if you guys can read us loud and clear, please say something. Cheers.
We got two people and they all dropped out. So it's just us.
No, there's two people.
Three watching.
Okay. We hear you.
We hear you.
We hear you.
Or I do. Hearing here.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Hearing you.
So we've started this about 2 minutes early. So let's wait for about 2 minutes before we start with the actual Q&A. In the meantime, let's tell you about this fantastic restaurant. And something that is awful about up north is the beer is very low in alcohol percentage. I mean, like really, 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 really low. What is it? 2.5%?
2.5%. The reason is people prefer to drink hard liquor and spirits and things like vodka and baijiu. So this is actually just basically like a little drink, a little soft drink.
Yeah. Yeah, well. How's it going?
Our producers
Our
are
producer is showing us some
footage.
cow thing, never mind. Rick, can you see how many people are connected and if it's
Also
actually
check
working?
the connection because it says very
It says
bad
very
connection.
bad connection here.
It's playing. 5 people watching.
Okay.
Very bad connection, I guess, is good enough.
Hope so.
It's playing.
Okay. So, the whole purpose of this, as you know, sorry, the whole purpose of this video is for you guys to ask us whatever you'd like. You know, this has been quite the adventure so far. We're both incredibly tired and worn out. Today was our first rest day.
Didn't get a whole lot of rest, but yeah, we're about halfway through the trip. We have a lot of stories to tell, so feel free to ask any of those questions that we're not allowed to say to anyone else, because like even to our parents, we can't tell them all the details and stuff. But yeah, anything you want to know about the trip thus far or what's going to happen maybe later, just let us know.
Yeah.
A little tip for everyone out there: if you have a specific question for either Winston or I, put a W in front of it for him, put a C in front of it for me, or if it's just a question in general, just write the question.
Just ask a question, yeah. So, please, let's begin.
Gordon Peters is the first questionnaire. Any close calls while writing?
Yes. Many.
Pretty much every day, really.
I'm gonna talk about the worst riding day.
Okay.
So it was about 3 days ago. We decided, because the province that we're in right now, okay, Heilongjiang, we don't have that much to do, but the previous province, Jilin province, we'd actually finished everything we needed to do. And we basically just needed to get out of Jilin province, get to the border of Heilongjiang province where we are now.
Right.
And it was a long ride, and something like 520 kilometers or so, you know. So we decided, okay, we'll just send the producers and the follow car. They can go on the highway because it's much quicker to travel on the highways here. They can go basically all the way over there, meet us at the border, and we'll come to meet them. So that means we can really leave early, crack on really hard. So we started 6:30 in the morning. We left. Sunny skies, really nice, and you know there were big storm clouds, but we kept going. And we were riding, and we were really eating up the kilometers, you know, sort of by, I'd say, 10:30, we'd already gone halfway. We'd almost like gotten halfway to our destination. And things were looking amazing. I mean, it looked like, wow, fantastic. Then this big thunderstorm started breaking out, so we quickly took refuge in a little restaurant, and we had something to eat. Waited for the thunderstorm to get over, and we kind of finished. And then tell them about the roads that we suddenly hit after that.
Right after that, it turned into, to be honest with you, there was a little joke that we were making that northern China was too easy to ride through, to be honest, because the roads were just so damn smooth compared to the south. Yeah. Now, we immediately ate our words after that because these roads went even, I'm going to say even worse than some of the worst roads we had seen in conquering southern China.
Yeah.
And it started raining. It was about 4 to 6 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it went really, really cold.
We had no winter gear. We were literally just dying. We were basically dying. Just torrential downpour, trucks cutting us off. The drivers are much more violent, treacherous, crazy erratic driving up here.
Yeah. People drive way faster in the north than in the south.
Right, so we were driven off the road multiple times basically, and treacherous corners, couldn't see anything.
The
fogging
roads
up
turned they turned to dirt roads.
Right, it was just dirt roads, like craggy rocks sticking up, and it was nuts.
So there were quite a few close calls on that particular ride, but it was torturous because it was so cold. We had to ride, and we're completely soaked, and it's really like 6 degrees. That's Celsius, obviously, not Fahrenheit. So it's 6 degrees Celsius, and on top of that, we've got this icy cold wind. So, our fingers were basically getting frostbite. My fingers are still swollen. You see my wedding ring, normally would be able to slide off, but it's impossible.
They were very painful.
Yeah.
It felt like on a ski trip in like minus 30 degree weather. We're just not prepared. It was nuts.
Yeah, so we had to stop at this gas station, and there was this sort of old guy who ran it, and he let us go in, and he poured hot water into bowls for us to hold on to.
Basically turned into little dogs, little puppies in this gas station. These people are super, super nice. So friendly.
So friendly here, yeah.
Anyway, Rick, we missed a question, so what was it?
How is the family handling you being away from home for the trip?
You first.
Is that for me?
It doesn't say.
Probably both.
Anyway.
The family. Obviously, the wife is taking it very seriously. We talk every day, though. Talk to her a couple times a day. It's wearing on me more than her, I think. It's like when you're on the road, you have a lot of time to think in your helmet, and it's tough leaving them behind, to be honest. Like, especially watching my daughter, like, she barely could walk before I left, and now she's literally running around, saying her first words and stuff. And when I talk to her on the webcam every day, or sorry, on the cell phone every day over video chat, it's heartbreaking to see, the progression of my family without me. It's quite sad, but that's life on the road. That's how it is. But I'd say, overall, they're taking it okay. I mean, Olivia's too young to really know, but she's okay.
Yeah, for me, obviously I miss my wife a lot. Sasha misses me too, and it's difficult. I think except for that time I went to America, it's probably the longest we've ever been apart. So it's very difficult for the both of us, but that's just the way it is. I have to get this done. We've got this amazing documentary to put together, and so luckily she's very understanding. Obviously not happy about it, but very understanding. And I'll make up for it when I get back.
Okay. Yeah.
Why did you have to delete footage?
Are we allowed to say this?
We're gonna keep this very we'll keep it down to the minimum. Yeah. Basically, we filmed some North Korean girls performing something for us. Okay?
That sounds bad.
Well, yeah, that sounds really bad. Okay. No, it does.
Not like that.
Not like that. Basically, they put on a show for you, right?
Oh my god. No, there's waitresses and they sang and danced for us. We had to delete the footage, otherwise their livelihood might be threatened. It was really
basically
bad.
they're minders. They are minders that we kind of took the place by storm. We went in there, we had a local fixer who could speak Korean, and he hooked it up so that they said it was okay, but it seemed like they didn't really understand what we were doing. We came in with the cameras, everything was kind of okay, and they seemed to be going along with it, but there were massive signs everywhere saying no cameras allowed, that kind of thing. And they were all in agreement, everything was fine, but then this minder guy stuck his head through the door, and long story short,
we can't talk about it too much.
They had to get all the footage deleted.
However, it's not all bad news. We don't know right now. We're going to be in negotiations and try to keep it safe for everyone involved, but keep it at that.
Yeah. Some of the footage we can use, but not the good stuff. The best stuff was all deleted. And it basically boils down to the fact that the way it works there is they don't want North Korean people to basically, be shown, because they're worried about projecting a bad image, of the great
There's a lot of
leader
reasons.
nonsense and all that. And whatever the case is, The people that actually performed for us could get into serious trouble, and we didn't want to.
We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. We're gonna find out later when we contact them later on. It might be totally fine.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll let you know, and hopefully things will work out. It was an amazing experience either way.
Yeah. No, absolutely amazing.
Totally amazing. I really hope we get to include it in the show. Cool. How about the next question?
No questions. I think it might be really delayed. On mine it's very, very delayed.
Okay.
So they're probably still listening to what you said.
Gotcha.
But someone did say, take that as you want
Take that as you want.
to you said they performed for us or whatever he said. And then someone said it sounds like a prosy video.
Okay. What's the next one?
Being halfway through the trip at this point, what's been the biggest obstacle you've faced? And what is the biggest challenge you think you'll face for the second half?
Okay.
Well, I'll talk about the biggest obstacle.
Don't give away too much.
Yeah. Honestly, anything to do with North Korea has been the biggest obstacle. You know, we've had to plan extensively. It's been very difficult to ensure that we don't get into any trouble because it's such a sensitive region at the moment. So just figuring out a way, we've had to be on our toes, we've had to be ducking and diving, we've had to be sort of hiding hard drives and sending them back through couriers when we get the chance. And there's been all sorts of funny things going on. Planning routes that make sure that we just, can get around things. It's been a huge, huge problem. That part is over though, luckily. That's been the hardest part so far. What do you anticipate for the rest?
Well, I mean, that's the hardest part for you. For me, it was it's just the riding conditions over the past 5 days have just been treacherous. Too many close calls, and it's one of those things. It's like you used to laugh about it. A truck almost ran me over. Oh, you cut me off at 100 kilometers an hour, and I went off the road. That's hilarious. Now it's not funny anymore. It just pisses me off, and it's bothering me. Like, it's quite dangerous riding on some of these roads. North Korea, it was definitely it was worrying in its own way. I'm worried about our physical safety at this point. I mean, that's my biggest obstacle. Anticipation. I feel like the roads could potentially get much worse.
I think so. They've been progressively getting worse.
There's potholes. Potholes like a foot deep, right? The traffic gets much more aggressive up there. It seems to be. It's nuts.
You should have seen this traffic jam we had to get through the other day. It was insane.
Oh my god!
It'll probably make the show, so we're not going to tell you too much about it.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing is, it's really, really crazy stuff.
Very dangerous. Yeah, I would say the roads for sure. Because we're out of the politically sensitive region. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I really do think that the roads are going to get worse, and there's going to be a lot more sort of hectic, hard riding days ahead.
But yeah, the politically sensitive stuff's over. Next.
Any roadside repairs required on the bikes?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah,
the bikes have been fantastic, but that's because I'm always adamant that we make sure that we stop off, oil the chains, tighten the chains. That's been the main thing. It's just chains, really.
Right.
We've had some issues with these disgustingly horrible roads that have literally, it's been like going through the surface of the moon or something.
I broke my speedo cable.
Yeah, speedo cable snapped, my tachometer cable snapped, and
might have blown a fork seal.
Yeah, I think I blew a fork seal. I haven't checked because the bikes are still filthy and we haven't found a place to wash
still
the bikes.
fine,
but yeah, they're fine. But there hasn't been a situation where we've had to stop and fix something.
Right.
It's always, I've got sort of planned ideas of maintenance, so I make sure the bikes get clean, everything gets oiled up, and they're holding together really, really, really well.
Yeah.
Had any equipment problems?
Oh, have we? Well, Mark crashed the drone into a power line when we were filming some rice paddies. And he's actually a really good drone pilot, but what happened is that there's accident avoidance on these Phantom 4 Pros, but he kind of threaded the needle between these three power lines and it just got decimated, just absolutely destroyed, kind of vaporized, really. So we had to buy a new Phantom 4 Pro.
That cut into the budget big time.
And it didn't cut into the budget because Mark generously bought the broken drone, which is very nice.
Yeah, he'll be fixing it. Anyway, not only that, we've had massive problems with the GoPros with audio. because GoPro is an awful company.
I will agree.
They have great little action cameras, but you know, the old original, the GoPro 2s and 1s, you could plug a microphone directly into it. Then they came up with this thing, you needed a special converter. Now with the GoPro Hero 5s, you need this black box, this massive thing, which is the same size as the GoPro almost.
We had to glue it on our helmet.
Yeah, and it doesn't come with a mount, so I had to make this plan to epoxy resin these things to the helmet. And they create errors. They make the GoPros hang. They make it so that if you try to record, sometimes the audio doesn't work.
We've lost a bunch of footage because
Like
of these
really,
stupid
really, really good footage, which was lost because of the GoPros. GoPro, you know, get your act together. You make good products, but well, the camera's good. Everything else is crap.
Not happy.
No. So yeah, that's
Other
it.
than that,
Yeah.
one thing we can say that we're really happy with is actually the Sena
The
intercoms that we
yeah.
have. Not a sponsor. We didn't get sponsored with them at all, but I would back them up any day.
Man, without those intercoms, we'd probably be dead. Like, honestly, because we have to be warning each other all the time with these crazy drivers and all this erratic stuff. We'd be like, hey, there's a crazy car about
Watch out for this
yeah,
ball.
watch
Watch out
out,
for this.
someone's going to take you over. It's it's been quite the thing.
Lifesavers,
Yeah,
lifesavers.
lifesaver. So Sena intercoms, and through the rain and the
They haven't
harsh
give us
conditions,
one issue.
Perfect. And they last the whole day.
Whole day.
Other than being with your families and the comforts of home, what do you miss the most about the South that you can't wait to get home to have again?
For me, just being home and having like good internet connection and like my computer and seeing my kid and my wife.
Ooh, Freudian slip.
I really miss my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
She's my favorite thing in the world. No, just missing them, to be honest. Yeah, it's very cool. What was I gonna say? Oh, just having like the office space, and honestly, actually, the worst thing is like not being able to edit YouTube videos because.
Oh, we're doing a grand job on the phones. Have you seen our last couple of videos? Have all been edited on iPhones.
It's actually bothering me though. Like they're okay, but like I miss my setup. I miss all of the creature comforts of being able to do my job.
Yeah.
And my YouTube channel, I don't know about yours, has suffered like enormously on this trip. Like I just
time.
I can't sit down and do the normal edit, the normal idea planning and stuff. I have to kind of throw content out there, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. But it's really, really difficult. It's difficult to keep the same standard of quality. It's kind of shitty.
It's really difficult. Yeah, for me, of course, I miss my wife a lot. But like you said, family aside, I miss the civilization in Shenzhen. You know, like all these cities and towns that we go through here, they're still developing, a lot of them, and you just can't get classy, nice stuff like nice food and stuff. Of course, we're in Harbin. Seriously, we're in Harbin right now.
We've had great food the whole
Last
trip.
chance you'll get to have good food.
Yeah, this is definitely the last chance. No, we're in Harbin right now, which is a very pretty city. It's a very nice city. And yeah, they've got interesting things to eat here, but it's just not at the same standard. I guess Shenzhen has recently just become like pretty high up, so you can get some pretty good Western style. I'm talking about Western style food here, not Chinese food. There's
You can
plenty.
absolutely get Western food here, dude.
It's not nearly as good as like Gaga or like
You think
Simply
they don't have
Life.
those places
or,
there?
if they do, I haven't seen them. We went to like a Russian restaurant last night. It was pretty abysmal.
Russian food isn't great.
Well, yeah. But yeah, just like the creature comforts of being able to get some nice sophisticated stuff.
To counter you, I've much preferred the food here. The food in the South is terrible compared to here. It's absolutely delicious. I've had great food the entire trip.
Yeah,
it hasn't been
Chinese-
like swanky food, but the Chinese food is much better.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Chinese.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And that's something I miss, because Shenzhen these days, it wasn't always like that, but these days you can get a lot of good Western style stuff. I mean, I can get Eggs Benedict if I want, which you're not going to find that in the middle of wherever we are.
Right.
So, that's the thing. I miss some of the creature comforts. I do miss, good computer and good internet and all that kind of thing.
Sure. Like the comforts of home.
Yeah. So I do miss being
Being
away
on the
from
road
home.
is just like that, though.
Yeah. Northern China's been pretty interesting and nice. A lot of it's the same as the South, but a lot of it is different. The part near the Korean border was amazing because it was very Korean. All the signs
Yeah,
are in
before you
Korean.
guys ask that question, like, wow, what an epic place! Like, totally different than the rest of China. It's unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, amazing stuff. So I really enjoyed that part. You know, that part was great.
I've enjoyed most of the trip, other than the dangers on the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who has worst hangovers in the morning, C-Milk or Winston?
We haven't been able to drink enough to have a hangover, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we've been.
Oh, sorry. Who has worse hangovers in the morning, Sea-Milk or Winston?
I don't know.
We haven't been able to drink enough to have a hangover yet.
Yeah, I mean, last night we drank a fair amount because
Not
today we
enough.
had a rest
We're
day.
too tired.
Yeah, but it's literally a case of we're so tired, we just get.
Winston and I are used to having a couple
Yeah.
beers, but like on the trip, we're just so exhausted.
Yeah, we sit down, we have maybe 3-4 beers and it knocks us out. We're just like, hey, that's it.
Not to mention the beer here is basically water.
It's awesome. Oh, it's awful. I was gonna say awesome. It's awful.
Just saying awesome.
Cool.
Try any new interesting foods or drinks in the north?
Weird or not? Okay, did you try any new interesting, foods or drinks in the north? I mean, I've had a lot of the northern food down south at
Yeah,
northern restaurants. That being said, like, today we had something really nice. It was like that pancake thing.
Yeah, it was pretty
Those
good.
were delicious. It was like this little wrap, this little tortilla wrap kind of. You put like sausage like kielbasa in it,
Yeah.
with garlic, and then some kind of gravy with sweet gravy with some pork, and it was delicious.
That's
Very
pretty
good.
nice. We did have North Korean food, but that's going to be in the show, so we're not going to really tell you about it.
Tried an interesting drink in Jilin, right?
Interesting drink. Did we?
What is it?
Fucking really?
What?
Bean paste baijiu.
Oh, bean paste baijiu.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry. This was very interesting. Actually, we went out in the middle of nowhere, kind of towards the North Korean border, and this not old man, middle-aged man. He basically took this North Korean recipe to make alcohol, baijiu, right?
Don't get too detailed. It's in the show.
To make
Yeah.
baijiu out of soybean paste, which
So
is very,
basically,
very
like,
simple.
you know, miso soup. We were drinking miso soup alcohol, which is
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was really.
It's actually
interesting.
it was quite good. It was quite good.
I really like the Korean food that we ate.
It was very strange that they had like no meat there.
Yeah, I
Like
love
there was
them.
no meat served. It was kimchi, rice, kimchi, rice, kimchi, fermented stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and garlic.
Garlic, raw garlic shoots. It was quite
Fried
good.
chicken and beer was good though.
Fried chicken and beer
That's not
was
making it in the show, so
Fantissimo.
we can talk about that.
Man,
You know,
was that delicious.
that was we went completely off the rails because they've got a lot of South Korean influence there, obviously, because a lot of South Koreans actually go there. It's a weird kind of setup, and they've opened up these fried chicken and beer things, which that's what's popular in South Korea at the moment. And you get these massive plates of just fried chicken, different flavors.
We had one that was it was fried chicken, covered in like barbecue sauce, and then topped with melted cheese.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
It was so good.
fantastic.
That
And
was
then draft beer.
So good. Yeah, with draft beer.
Awesome.
That was amazing. Yeah.
As for weird stuff, there's plenty of that in the show.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, sea penis was probably the
Yeah,
back
yeah. We've
memories.
eaten some pretty crap stuff so far.
come a long way since sea penis, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you'll have to wait for the show to see that.
Are all the places you're visiting foreigner friendly?
Absolutely not.
No, we've been. Yeah.
Actually, one of my friends who had set us up with a contact for the Yenji area, the North Korean type area, they contacted him later on and said, actually, like, maybe they shouldn't go there. They probably shouldn't go there. Like, we would help them out if they were there, but you probably shouldn't go there. It's not a good idea.
Oh yeah, and you know when we rode into that whole North Korean area, there were fighter jets flying over the city doing maneuvers, like kind of almost like mock dogfighting. They were doing all these maneuvers and circling the city and stuff. You know those new J7s or whatever, J10s, whatever they are.
Yeah, that was very, very foreign art friendly.
Yeah,
However,
and it was kind of foreboding, you know, like you ride in and they've got fighter jets flying
like
overhead.
right over your head.
There are military trucks full of soldiers stopping on the side of the road, you know, when we stopped.
Right. Other than the
Yeah.
bullshit politics, though, because that's what that was. Like most of the places that we've been, everyone has been super, super, super polite and friendly. Everyone's been
except
so nice to
in
us.
Liaoning with those horrible one-horse towns where they just don't let foreigners stay in hotels.
Right,
Which
right.
Sea Milks just made a video today.
Yeah. It'll be out tomorrow.
About that. So that'll be interesting to see on Sea Milk's channel. But yeah, it's so frustrating when you've been riding, you're tired, you're wet, you're cold, you just want to stay in a hotel and they're like, sorry, no foreigners allowed to stay here, bugger off, go to the next town.
That is just a stupid law, though. I mean, there's nothing they can do about it.
About the petrol station you went in today.
I mean, yeah, we had this day the other day where we're riding. Three people gave us free stuff. The first,
Oh yeah,
the
that was
first thing
that was amazing. That was great.
we were in this little Korean town in the middle of nowhere. We go in there to buy some stuff, and she comes out and gives us free drinks, and she's like, hey, would you take a photo of me? First thing. Second thing, we went to a little repair shop, right?
Yeah.
What did the guy give us?
Well, yeah, I want to go back to the Korean thing because I walked in there, my helmet on and everything, and it was actually their house.
Yeah.
And the Korean minority here, it's the same as actual Korea. They have these sort of raised floors which has heating underneath.
Right.
And it's very interesting, and they had that, but they had like things on sale. It was kind of their house and a shop.
Yeah, it was both.
So I went in there and she didn't kind of register with her that I was a foreigner.
Right.
Took off my helmet. And she was like, what? What are you doing here type thing. And we bought some disgusting sausages.
Oh, yeah,
Like
those
the
are bad.
worst thing that you've ever tasted in your life. In fact, after taking a bite, I took the rest of the sausage, I threw it on the ground, it bounced like a meter high. It's like rubber. Okay, it's disgusting. Anyway, we bought some random snacks and like a canned drink, and then walked outside. And then while we were sitting there at our bikes ready to head off,
Warming our hands.
she like ran out with these two drinks, like running out, giving us these drinks, and she was like really
In a very
friendly,
poor
friendly
area.
old
Very
lady.
poor area.
She got her husband out there, and they were taking photos with us. It
He
was awesome.
changed his clothes just to take a photo
Yeah,
of us. He took off his shirt.
He came out and he's like, wait, and he like took off his shirt and he put on it, like turned it inside
Football
out.
jersey
He
or
actually
something.
did,
Yeah.
Weird. So that was awesome. Then the second thing is, he said we stopped to basically tighten the chains, and I asked the boss, hey, can we use your tools and stuff? He's like, yeah, sure. And he was like, wow, you guys have Haldre Suzuki's, because he had a Haldre dealership. And he's like,
Just
we're
some crappy Chinese
yeah, it's like a Chinese brand. And he's like, oh, we're friends. And he went in and he's like, got 2 bottles of oil for us. And they're pretty expensive by Chinese standards anyway. So he gave us 2 pints of oil. And then he ran back in and he came out with his Baijiu bottle. He's like, here, have this, but don't drink it before you ride. Drink it after you ride.
As if we would.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. It was amazing.
The third experience in the same day was we're just shivering cold. We didn't need petrol, we didn't need gas, but this guy's like, get in the station.
Yeah.
Gave us dog bowls of
Yeah.
water, and we just warmed up there. And he was super, super friendly. He kept offering us stuff. We couldn't take anything else. It was too much. But
Also on the same day, we went to KFC.
and they gave us 3 pieces of chicken for free.
Yeah. So we went to, and literally,
Just grab a coffee.
we needed a coffee, right? KFC actually does have pretty good coffee. And for some reason, KFC is quite prolific throughout China.
Even in small towns sometimes.
But we searched on the GPS, there was a KFC like 50 kilometers from our destination. It was kind of on the way. So we're like, yeah, we're stopping there in this random small town. It was still a Korean minority
Right,
town,
right.
that had Korean signs. We get in there and they were like, what, foreigners? It was really weird. So we ordered some KFC, and then the lady, we were at the counter, just said, here, these are for free. And
chicken
gave
breasts for
free
free.
chicken breasts. So it
it
was
was like a day of gifts. It was very nice.
generosity day. It was
To be honest,
amazing.
since the trip started, I've noticed a huge difference between the north and south in that respect, and that people are blindly generous. Like they're very, very
Way
sweet.
more friendly than
So
down
much
south.
friendly, way more upfront, more direct, very friendly, very friendly. Love it.
Absolutely.
What's next, Rick?
Yeah.
You seem exhausted. Why no real rest days?
Oh,
We are
Rick.
exhausted. We are very
Rick just
exhausted.
read a question. We have to reply.
Yeah.
You seem exhausted. Why no real rest days? Well, Rick, I'd like to ask you the same thing. He's the one
Well,
making
you
this
know
good.
that because we never get to all the places in time.
We have a very short amount of time to do all of this.
40 days.
40 days, which isn't actually a short amount of time, but it is considering the vast distance we're covering.
For what we're doing. 10,000
People don't seem to understand a lot of. I'm sure you guys, the backers, understand that this is a job and this is actually quite difficult. But a lot of people seem to think that we're just going on a holiday here. traipsing around the countryside. But
Ooh, doggy.
it's stressful.
Oil in my blood.
We can't cover big distances because when you've got the car following, especially on these smaller roads, there are lots of speed limits where it's like 40 kilometers an hour, which is what, 10 miles an hour or
Yeah,
something?
something like that. Yeah.
Stupid. Okay, and so we can't really be speeding. We have to stop all the time to do riding shots. So that means pull over, the car stops, the guys get the tripods out, they get the gear out, they get the drone out, they get all this stuff. We go back and forth a few times down the road. They're like, like, do that again, that wasn't good enough. Okay, now I'll do a piece to camera. It's like, okay, now we're gonna get the drone up. Okay, guys, set up, do this, do that. Nah, and I'll come back, do that again. So every time we stop the car, it's at least half an hour, maybe even an hour. Like that one time we were up and down on that road, it was like 2 hours, next to the river. Just to get a shot, we spent 2 hours. So whereas if it was just him and me riding, we could cover 400, 500, 600 kilometers in a day. Now we're lucky to cover 300.
The thing is, a lot of people have contacted me and said like, oh, why can't you just do 600, 700, 800 kilometers in a day? Just like bomb along the highway. But they don't understand, like, number one, we can't go on the highway. And number two, we're on 125cc motorcycles, which is literally like a lawnmower engine.
Yeah.
Like the bikes don't go that fast. So like in some of these mountain roads, we'll go 30 or 40 at max, and the bikes will chugging up the long way. And on the long straights and stuff, like we have to worry about trucks and bad weather and all this kind of stuff. So it's nothing like riding back home. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
And
It's much worse.
Absolutely, and we have appointments, you see. We've had to spend a lot of time trying to arrange to meet certain people in order to see and do things, because we can't just arrive in a town and be like, hey, let's go and see what they do, and oh, look, there's someone over there, let's ask them. We have to find people that are willing to allow us to film them, willing to take us to
crapshoot
sort of rural places. So we have to find fixers, we have to organize. So what we've got situations where we have to be at this destination on the 10th, for instance, and we can't miss that because
We cancel
otherwise
our rest days and we have to book it there.
Yeah. So that's why everything's on a schedule. We have 40 days to do everything. We did build in some rest days, but as things changed, and for instance, the weather was just raining. We were going to this beautiful mountain volcanic, we won't spoil it, but this mountain volcano thing. We couldn't go there because it was raining, so we had to delay for a day, and also the fixer we were dealing with was giving us a lot of trouble, so we had to delay for a day. So basically, we don't have rest days because we don't have rest days. We've had to take them out in order to make the schedule.
I want to rest day.
Yeah, we've had
We got one
two.
today.
We've had 2 rest days the entire trip. We had one in Shenyang, which was in Liaoning, and we've had one in Harbin today.
We
Which
also had one in Panjin.
did we? What was that?
We have one in Panjin?
Yeah, you didn't do anything.
Where?
Panjin, Red Sea place.
We stay there?
We went and got B-roll, you didn't do anything. We went and got B-roll and went to the crab lady to see if that was going to be good to film the next day. And you guys didn't do anything. You stayed in our room most of the day.
Oh, but that no. That's not a rest day.
How is it?
Do you know why? Do you know why that was?
You didn't
No.
shoot?
Do you know why that wasn't a rest day? Because I had to sit and guard the equipment and didn't actually get to do anything.
You guys are getting a little taste right now of the kind of headbutting that we do with the producers.
We've had 2 rest days in
It's
so far.
100% a rest day. You didn't
See,
shoot
they're
and you didn't
arguing
drive.
right now, guys. You can
You
see this
sat in the
drama that we see
hotel.
every day.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll ask
Rick,
you
give
this
us another
much:
question.
if someone says go watch and guard this warehouse for a day, is that a rest day?
In
I
a
don't think so.
hotel room with a TV and your laptop.
Here we go. See,
Anyway.
you hear this sass from behind
totally.
the phone?
Anyway, we've had 2 rest days so
3.
far.
And one in Qingdao too. The
Okay.
day after you arrived.
Next
you didn't
question.
do anything in Qingdao. Speaking of food, I recently posted a photo of strawberry rhubarb pie. And for Chinese friends in Hello Talk, they've never seen that. Have you ever seen rhubarb in China?
No.
No, rhubarb isn't here.
Have you ever seen rhubarb in China? Says who's that coming from? Who asked that? Splickster one. Splinkster one. I've never seen rhubarb in China. Maybe it's not a Chinese thing.
Yeah, no, I haven't
Grew up
seen it
eating
either.
it. Grew up eating it. I've never seen it in
No.
China.
Yeah, I guess I don't have rhubarb in China.
I bet they would think it's too sour.
Do you have to negotiate who covers which topic on your private channels when you're doing stuff together for ADV?
Negotiate? No, we just normally just discuss it and say who does what. Like there's never a negotiation. It's more like we think of topics together and then we just do it.
Pretty sure we've never actually butted heads over who covers what on personal channels, because usually the stuff that I cover is not stuff that you would cover and vice versa.
Yeah, I think we do have a very different style. A lot of C-Milk stuff is versus things and, like stuff with his wife. And I'm more standing around in public talking to the camera, talking about it. I don't know, something in China, I don't know. But yeah, we do often discuss how we can help each other out. So for instance, if I'm going to be talking about a specific topic, then he will talk about something related, and then we can link to each other and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely help each other with ideas for sure.
Are you getting the type of content you expected? Do you think the final product will meet your expectations?
Oh yeah.
Do we think that the final product will meet our expectations?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
It's
I'd say
amazing.
that this is absolutely has the potential to be much, much better than the first season.
I think something you guys have to realize is that we're already 2 or 3 days over the amount of time we spent filming Conquering Southern
Already.
China.
Yeah.
And we've been getting way more. Don't forget we've got a drone now. We're shooting in 4K.
The shots are better, the content's better, it's better planned, everything's just better. Everything's been better.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
We've also so far visited so many sort of different locations. A lot of it's turned out to be crap, but a lot of it's turned out to be amazing. So, at the end of the day, the producers will edit out the crap and keep the good stuff, and I think it's going to be amazing. Yeah. Definitely going to be amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Generally speaking, who has better quality beer, North or South?
South. South.
I don't like any Chinese beer, to be honest.
Oh,
it's not very good.
no, that's not really true because Qingdao's in the north, right? Oh no, it's not really. Qingdao's not.
Qingdao is
Yeah.
closest north.
What are you talking about? It's about Beijing.
Yeah, okay.
Conquering northern China, we started Qingdao.
Pretty sure it's in the north, bro.
Yeah, okay. I retract that.
Did you look at a map?
I would have to say the north then, if you take Qingdao into consideration. The problem is, the Qingdao that you
no
buy
other good
here.
beer in the south.
But the thing is, the Qingdao you buy in the south has way higher alcohol percentage than the Qingdao that
Yeah,
you
but
buy here.
not in Qingdao.
Yeah.
So Qingdao, just because of Qingdao beer, the north is better, but other beer sucks.
Yeah.
All Chinese beer is terrible except for Qingdao beer.
Yeah, pretty much. North Korean beer, on the other hand,
Very good.
I like North Korean beer.
Love it. Very expensive.
Freaking
Yeah,
expensive.
that was like
It's like $5 a bottle.
Yeah, but it's really good. North Korean beer is amazing. All right, next.
for all the man pigs who will be watching. Tell us about the women and the complete lack of prostitution.
What? No, prostitution's definitely rife.
Rampant.
It's
Rampant
everywhere.
everywhere.
But
I've seen a lot.
as far as the women are concerned, in general up here in the north, women are a lot fatter, like more overweight.
Oh my god.
No, I mean,
Taller, for
How
sure.
many slim people have you seen walking around Harbin today?
Very, very slim. Very nice. Beautiful.
I mean, I'm saying in general. In general,
Yeah,
of course.
there's definitely
and I'm not trying to. I'm
more
not trying to be
overweight.
derogatory or anything. It's understandable. You know, the weather here is colder. The food is hard here. People in general, not just the women. People in general are bigger and fatter.
Bigger people.
And so are we after this bloody trip because we're eating all this nonsense. But yeah, bigger and fatter, for sure. Yeah.
For the man pig question, let me just be honest with you. Absolutely beautiful girls up here, especially in Harbin today. Absolutely gorgeous.
No.
Gorgeous women.
Yes, in Harbin, yes. But until we've reached Harbin, you are the one saying all the time, like, come on, where are all the pretty girls?
Shandong province was good. Weihai, Qingdao, very pretty girls.
Yeah, so 3
There
cities
was a
so
bit of a
far.
dry spell. in some of these areas that we've been through. That's just because, to be honest, like most of the areas that we go through, especially rural areas, a lot of the young people have left the
Yeah, it's,
villages.
it's absolutely true.
So you'll see a lot of older folk, and I'm not going to be, checking out 75-year-old women.
Although, what was that thing you said the other day? She's not bad for a 65-year-old. Anyway, yeah. I hope that answered your question. But definitely, the people in general. I'm not going to say women, just
I'm
people
so
in
happy
general.
my wife is not a backer.
People are taller over here and generally heftier,
Miss
bigger.
You. Miss you.
Anyway, yeah.
The next one says personal non-related question for Rick and Mark. Can you guys personal message me later?
I'm just going to flip the
Okay.
camera around.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Need more
for you,
questions
for the
then.
personal message for Rick and Mark, they will.
Yeah,
Personal
absolutely,
messaging.
they will. Yeah.
I wish they would ask you guys more questions. That'd
Yeah,
be
I'm
really
curious
nice.
what that is though. What?
Go ahead and ask it now. We don't care. It's fine. And if you guys have any questions for Rick and Mark, please ask them. They're right behind us.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you guys.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, gotta go on your phone.
Okay. What's next?
This lovely waitress is ruining our stream by, interrupting us as people do in this restaurant. We had this weird guy.
Yeah, this waiter
He
today.
pretended like he couldn't speak to us this
Yeah,
entire
he
time.
refused to say a single word to us.
He just kept making like hand motions, even though we would speak Chinese to him.
So and we asked him for the Wi-Fi password, and he didn't say anything.
He took all of our phones.
Yeah, he took all our phones and put it in. He wouldn't say a word.
钞票本。
Shop.
给你小票，您到门口可以给你开发票。
好，谢谢。
Gordon Peters asks, will there be a season 3?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We don't know where it's going to be.
You know,
There
this
will be a season 3.
guys, this is entirely up to it's up to us and it's up to you because
The success of the
you
series.
you guys the backers are the reason why season 2 happened, right?
稍等，给您拿小票。
谢谢。
If we do a good enough job and you think it's worth it, which we absolutely will, but at the end of the day you have to make that decision. If we manage to pull this off and do a fantastic job and you guys think, wow, that was amazing, it was worth it, and you feel like you've gotten your money's worth, then I'm pretty sure when we go out to do the third one and you feel like you got your money's worth, then we'll be able to do another.
Send us to Western China, send us to India, send us to Brazil, send us all over the world. We love the Conquering series to be like a worldwide
Yeah, yeah.
thing. It'd be a fantastic step.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to what kind of response we get from this. The first season was epic. We had no idea what we were doing, but
Yeah.
everyone loved it. Second season is going to be twice, 3 times as good at
definitely
least.
gonna
It's
be
going to
better.
be fantastic. So let's keep it going. Really, really pumped,
4K,
guys.
it's going to be like hour-long episodes. It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait to watch it.
Me too. I mean, it seems like we've just done so much. It's so difficult to even remember.
It's
where
a
we
mind.
started.
It's a mind. It's warping my mind. Like I can't. It feels like last year we were in Qingdao or something. It was just 18 days ago.
Yeah. And if
Oh, Rick and Mark.
oh
Got
yeah.
a question. Flip it around.
Hold on. Sorry.
Another one. Not yet.
Sorry.
From Frankiet 2011, have you run into any new type of scams while in the North?
No.
您拿着这个小票
From
可以
Frankie
上门口开发票
2011, have you run into any new
Hey,
type of
okay,
scams? in
Scams.
North China?
开发票。
Let me think. Scam-wise.
Scams. People have been really nice. I can't think of any.
Came across a fake petrol station.
Oh yeah. I mean,
The petrol is real.
fake petrol station. Yes.
Can't think of
They're
any others.
typical beggars in the touristy spots like where we are today. Beggars really.
Oh, we had
annoying.
so
Fake
apparently
Oreos.
some old woman is touching me, and I thought it was Winston, like poking me to like move.
Yeah.
But actually, it was an old woman, and he's like, "Can you get out of the way, please?"
Now basically she bumped into me like this. She pushed me out of the way and she had like a couple of 1 RMB notes. Pushed me out of the way and went to poke sea milk. So I pushed
Thought
her
it was
back.
Winston.
And she turned around, she's like, what the hell are you doing pushing me? And I'm like saying, you pushed me first. Like, don't do that. And then she buggered off and I'm really happy about that. Yeah. Cool.
No scams.
Yeah, no. I mean the typical taxi scams and stuff exist up here too.
Of course, it's just we're not taking
But
taxis.
yeah, we're on bikes. Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
Thank you.
what's next?
we go. Word.
Rick and Mark, have you had any adventures that Winston and Sea Milk have participated in, besides babysitting?
Okay, wait, we'll swap the camera.
They just want to know
spin the thing.
what kind of adventures you've had on the trip thus far.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
It says with you though.
Yeah.
You have always been on the back of our bikes. So remember the Huizhou when we did the Kickstarter and stuff?
Yeah.
What adventures have we had with you guys, besides the series?
I don't think that's what he meant.
Confirm what you mean.
This guy's a great host.
I feel like they meant like.
You could tell about riding on the back of the bikes.
Because you're not with us the entire time, right? So what have you guys
It
experienced?
says with you. With you, we did conquering southern China. I don't understand the question.
With these guys, we made the trailer
Yeah.
for Conquering Northern China. But you
That was
guys
fun.
probably saw that online as well. But
I made a documentary on Winston before for Chinese news
not the Conquering
media. Yeah.
Have we had any
Oh,
other?
Rick and Seamilk had a little party night once when Rick was down in
Guangzhou.
Beijing.
Guangzhou, yeah.
They went to a little
It was a fun
nightclub.
little party night. Do you mean not filming? My question is, a Chinese friend is moving to Beijing with friends in July for work and needs help fund somewhere.
Splinkster. As soon as your friend lands in Beijing, get him on WeChat. Tons of our friends have like moving groups and stuff like that. You can join a group and there's like tens of people who all have flats ready to rent. Don't worry about it. When you land here, just get yourself on WeChat and add yourself to a group. There's tons of people who can find you a place to rent in a short period of time. Don't worry about it. But that's all the help we can give you at the moment.
Yeah. Or, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, Ski the Desert says without them.
Yeah, what adventures have you had without us?
Oh, without it?
Tons.
Oh, way too many.
Give us some good ones.
Me and Rick have worked together as filmmakers for going on 2 years now. We met at China Radio International on the documentary team, and we've been on shoots on and off for about 2.5 years. And then after that, we've been freelancing, and we often work together because it's a good team. So we've been to places all over China: Xi'an, Shanghai,
Shenzhen.
tons and tons of different places.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Making videos without Winston and Seamilk, but by far the best videos we make are with Winston and Seamilk because it's more fun and it's more of an adventure.
Nothing to do with them. Flip it back.
Okay, right. They filmed a monkey on a bicycle today.
That was without them. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Nothing
without
says
us.
Harbin like a monkey on a bicycle.
You'll see that in the show for sure. We're making sure that
It's got
makes
to be
the
in
show.
there, even if it has nothing to do with the show. It's going in. Super pumped about it.
Gordon Peters says for season 3 you should both get CJ 750s and bring your wives in
Oh,
sidecars.
hell no.
Oh,
Hell
that would be
no.
fucking hilarious.
CJ
Gordon
750s.
Peters, I love you, and I know you're a great subscriber, great patron, great supporter of the show. But if you think I'm going to put my wife in a CJ 750, that is the worst bike I've ever ridden in my entire life.
It's
I
so
burned
bad.
I still have a scar on my leg from that thing.
They are so bad. They're such pieces of
It's
crap.
actually the worst bike ever made.
They look great though. They
Yeah,
look
they look
amazing. But
would
you have to
never put
understand,
my wife in one
a
of
CJ 750 is a knockoff of a 1932 German bike
Which is a knockoff.
of a Russian. No, basically the Russians stole the blueprints for the bike from Germany after the war, right? Then they sold those blueprints to China. So it's a copy of a copy of a copy, made out of the worst kind of metal and the most.
It's a double communist copy bike.
It's awful.
Absolutely terrible. Breaks all the time.
I had to repair a gearbox on one of those. Ugh.
What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Okay, next question.
Are there any places you wouldn't consider covering in season 3 because of potential political issues?
The thing is, if we did season 3 in Western China, we'd want to go to places like Gansu, Xinjiang, and Qinghai, and Tibet. But like the problem is, right now you need a minder to go to like a lot of these places. And
Yeah,
it's a bit
Tibet, you
worrying.
need a minder to go with
Only
you.
Tibet.
Yeah, but there are areas in Xinjiang that my friend just got back from. Charlie, actually, he got turned away at multiple checkpoints. Right now, it's quite serious, especially along the Kazakh border and stuff. So, a lot of weird stuff going on with the whole ISIS thing and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
we'd love to go there. We'd absolutely love to go there, but we'd have to kind of suss it out and make sure that it'd be super safe to do so.
I really think that our next big adventure might be India. You know,
We'll see.
yeah. Because once we've done southern and northern China, we would have covered pretty much all of China, except for the west.
Western China.
Yeah.
We'd love to do Western China. We'll see how it pans
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that'll come
We'll
eventually.
monitor the situation.
Okay. Next question.
Next one is for Rick and me again.
I like the spinning thing. If only they could see what this is resting on. No, they can't.
Now they can.
Yeah, now they can see.
And
That's
lay it on a
the
bunch
kind
of
of
boards.
high-tech equipment that we're dealing with.
Now you're gonna have to deal with Slidey McSliderson. I had
He
it,
just did this.
and then it's gonna block the camera, right?
Shit, sorry.
No worries, I'll fix it.
Cutting into the vital streaming time here.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're good. Here we go.
What do you like better about conquering Northern China versus Southern China? What do you dislike about Northern China versus Southern China?
You go first.
I like better about northern China the fact that we've got way more time to shoot it. We're on the road for longer. The episodes are going to be longer. It's in 4K. We're using sick equipment that I've never used before. We've got a drone.
Yeah.
Flying a drone for the first time. The guys are way more prepared. We've been fixing up. We've been putting way more preparation into it. I'm seeing a part of China that I've never seen before. Northern China. I've never been this far north before. Above Beijing. New food, new people. I like that about Northern China. Things I dislike compared to Southern China.
Not a whole lot.
We're on the road for much longer. Being away from home for much longer. We're getting fatter. I don't know. There's not many things I dislike compared to Southern China. To be honest, I think it's just going to be much better. To be honest.
Rick, you're up.
Oh, the weather's a lot colder here as well. I've had to invest in a jacket and a jumper because it's bloody freezing where we're going. Yeah. So compared to the south, it's a lot colder. But yeah, over to you.
Wow, I much prefer the weather up here. I don't like hot weather, so shooting in the south was awful for me. So cold weather is good. Food's way better here. I don't think we ate anything nice the entire time on the
That's
other
true,
one.
that's true, yeah.
No, I can't remember a single... Oh, one. The beer fish in Guangxi. Food's way better here.
Yeah.
Down south. I think down south is a bit more weird though, which I liked.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like we did get weird. We have got weird stuff here, but it's more weird in the way that the Korean region is weird or the Russian region is weird, whereas down south is more like your typical what everybody expects China to be like. Oh, they eat cats, they eat bugs, they eat this. They don't really do that up here. So apart from like in Shandong where they have the weird seafood, there's not that many weird kind of foods like bugs and stuff like that.
It's more like old traditional style, isn't it?
Yeah.
As opposed to weird.
But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Flip around.
Next one.
Back to us.
You say the rural areas have very few young people.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually a phenomenon that happens here in China. It doesn't matter north or south. What's happening is that the young people leave the villages to go find work in the cities, and that's happening. It's worse and worse every year, really. So you go to some of these places, and it's just the grandparents. But you will see really young kids sometimes because the grandparents will be taking care of the youngsters. But yeah, it happens.
Yeah, they call them the left behind children or something. It's quite disheartening because you'll drive through these beautiful farm areas and you see amazingly beautiful rice paddies, and the only people you see look like walking skeletons. You look like you're watching an episode of The Walking Dead or something. I mean, I'm not trying to be derogatory, but people that are decrepit and falling apart, like bent over backwards with like a yoke, walking around.
We have
like,
seen people
no,
pull
seriously, like people that are in their last few hours of living, okay, walking down the road. No, seriously, and there are no young people to be found. Literally, these really old, ancient people still farming, still doing the hard work. Very commendable stuff. But you don't see any sort of, young people working the farms.
What I will say is that despite them leaving the farm regions, these beautiful areas, in any sort of town that has like electricity and normal buildings and stuff, you will find the young people who are working. It's just a great urbanization of China that's happening everywhere.
It makes total sense. If I was, at that age,
You wouldn't be pulling the yoke.
teenager and you're up and coming, your early 20s, you want to go make a life for yourself. You don't want to be sitting around planting
There's just
rice.
no reason to. I mean, the education system has improved so much nowadays that kids have more opportunities, so you wouldn't stay around pulling rice.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
Big changes here.
next question.
Other than the crazy weather, was there anything else that you were completely unprepared for and had to find a way to cope with that you didn't expect?
I thought that everyone would understand us.
Oh yeah.
It's pissing me off royally because I speak Mandarin, I speak it quite well, and so do you. I've never had a problem in most areas of China. We've traveled extensively, but for some reason up here, people just refuse to listen to us.
It's
Why is that guy dressed like a sailor?
I don't know. That's his NASA, it says in there.
Why is he wearing a NASA
Anyway, it
outfit?
doesn't matter.
Okay, go ahead.
Thing is, it's really frustrating simply because we can understand them fine.
Totally
I can
fine.
totally understand them. We speak to them and they're just like, don't get
They're
it.
like, what? 他说什么? Like, what? 他们说
How
什么
long did it
华
take
语
for me to tell that one woman I needed 92 octane, I needed 60
She just didn't
RMB,
get it. She wouldn't
92
get it.
octane, and she's like,
Very clear Chinese.
发票
yeah. Oh yeah. And I
Ask
asked
for a receipt. They give you toilet
they give me
paper.
toilet paper. I asked for a receipt for like filling up gas, and she's like, okay, and she disappears and comes back with like a nicely folded piece of toilet paper and says, here you go. I'm like, what
It's like
the hell?
when I did
Yeah.
a bike trip in Vietnam. It's not an issue because I don't understand, but
Yeah.
they don't understand me. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
totally fine, right? You,
Yeah, yeah.
you use your hand gestures
Hand
and
gestures,
stuff,
yeah.
but we understand everything they say and we
Yeah.
reply very clearly. And they're like, "What? What is
Yeah.
this guy? What is this for?"
It's like, you know, of course, up north, and not everywhere, but in a lot of places, yet they use that arhua.
Yeah.
So instead of saying
But
like,
we can throw some R's in
Yeah.
there, make them more comfortable. They still don't get it.
but they still don't get it. You say yenwei, and they're like, don't understand. Say, oh, yenwer. But it's the same word. It's just like they just don't get
They
it.
refuse to listen to
Yeah.
differences in Putonghua
Yeah.
and Mandarin.
Yeah, you have to get it their way or nothing. Anyway, yeah.
Frustrating.
Another rural area question. What farm equipment do they use? Same
Medi-
as the South or the US?
yeah, they use medieval farm equipment. They literally have an ox pulling like a wooden plow with like a piece of hewn iron that was like,
However,
Yeah.
I will say that most of the farm equipment down south is much more archaic than some of the stuff that I've seen
like,
up here.
Like what?
I have seen some decent brand tractors and things like that up here.
There've been a couple of tractors, but a
a
lot
lot
of the
more
time they
animals down
use
south, like
these
Schweine.
like ancient single-cylinder sort of Soviet 1930s era, like it's basically
Better
an
than an
engine
ox,
with a
though.
wheel. But you know, and then they sit on it, it's like tuk, 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 down the road. It's kind of funny. But
Steering it.
a lot of it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, the agricultural system here in China has pretty much remained the same for hundreds of years, and they haven't changed much. So yes,
Except for the grand, big scale farms.
you know what I find is weird is we get a lot more horse-drawn carts up here than down
Yeah,
south.
dude, it's insane. Like people
Donkeys
actually
and
just
horses.
chilling out on a donkey cart.
Yeah.
Like, you actually see that up here, and you actually feel like you're transported back in time.
Yeah. So I mean, the agricultural system is literally medieval the way that they do things.
I'll say though, like some of the farmers up here have been a bit wealthier. I saw a couple Dodge Rams the other day. You know.
Yeah, I don't think that's a farmer though. That's probably just a local official or something.
Sure, but that being said, I have seen better tractor equipment and stuff like that as opposed to just normal rice tillers and
That's true.
oxen and stuff like that. But 90% of the time it's the same.
Yeah.
Where do you attract more attention for being foreigners, the North or the South?
Down south for sure, absolutely down south. I feel like people have been kind of not less shocked that we're foreigners, absolutely just as shocked, but not like, wow, I can't believe this foreigner is
I
just
don't
showing up
know, man.
amazing. I feel like there's a bit more
I don't
confidence
know.
up here.
There's
Some of
been
the places,
so
yeah.
many
Some of them,
places here where they've never seen foreigners before.
No, I agree. I
And
think
everybody wants to take pictures with
take
us.
photos with us and stuff. for
I
sure.
mean, we don't get that, especially not in Shenzhen
Complaining, but
anymore.
you love it, really.
No, but I feel like I'm thinking about conquering southern China. I feel like the people there might have been a little bit more shocked that we were in the backwoods of
We're in
Guangzhou.
very, very, very rural places. But here, like literally even today, here in Harbin, we had people wanting to take
Sure.
photos with us and stuff. So I mean,
Sure.
it's one of
I
those
think
things.
it's almost the same then.
Yeah,
Just
from,
weird.
from me personally, I'd say in the north here, there's been a lot more places that we've been that they've never seen foreigners before.
Sure. I will say people are more confident to come talk to us up here. Yes, for sure.
You know, like that's why the lady ran out with her husband to give us the drinks and get
Remember
photos.
those girls the other day that gave us roses?
Yeah, exactly. Like we just left. Where did we live? Jilin City.
Yeah, Jilin City.
In
They
the
just
morning,
these
it's-
two girls
Yeah,
just gave us roses.
they wanted to take photos and then they ran out.
Meanwhile,
with
their
roses.
boyfriend's beeping at them in the car to get in the driveway.
But yeah, I mean, I think maybe you're just a little skewed on the trip, but there's definitely be more attention.
Okay,
to us here.
fair enough, fair enough.
Definitely, we don't get people
It's different.
giving us roses in the south.
No, I just feel like I think I'm a bit skewed because like the people down south are a bit more shy about it. The people up here were a bit more confident to talk to us,
Yeah.
which comes off as less shocking to me, I guess.
Cool.
No questions.
it?
Questions?
We've dried up.
We want to say thank you so much, guys, all the Kickstarter backers and
Oh, yeah.
this tier. It's absolutely insane that you guys were you put enough faith in this project to be able to donate this much, and it's actually made this a possibility. We're having an awesome time, a very difficult time, but we're putting in the work, and it's going to be just as good, if not better, than on the show.
I got to say that right now, it's difficult to look through this current lens of us basically day in day out riding and filming, and it's really it's really wearing on us. But when it's all said and done, when it's over, we're going to look back and it's going to be the biggest and most amazing adventure we've had to date. So, right now I just want to, just like Simok said, say a real heartfelt thank you to all of you guys, because you have honestly given us this opportunity to show you. And man, have we taken some risks. We've taken some risks. We've been to some sensitive areas and we've done some interesting things. But, we want to show you what it's like. We want to give you a view of China that nobody's ever seen before. And I feel like we did that in the South, because I don't think anybody's ever shown the kind of things we showed in the south of China before. I mean...
And that's what we're aiming to do with this series as well.
So it's going to be amazing. You're going to enjoy it. I can pretty much guarantee that you will enjoy it. And thank you so much for your backing.
Really appreciate it, guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
Avoiding crazy dogs.
Actually, speaking
you
of
got
crazy
attacked
dogs...
by a dog.
The GPS, and this was a great day, and it's going to probably end up in the show, but we got lost. The GPS led us into this sort of vineyard region. We got lost up in a mountain on goat paths, and the GPS said, yeah, you can go up there, but it was like a goat
It's
path.
very clear it was not the road you should take, yet you still followed it.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought, let me just follow it a little longer, and I went up, and these rabid dogs chased me, and they were waiting for me, because I said, let me go check it out. And it must have been quite weird for you guys, because I just blasted out of that road at like 100 k's an hour.
That dog was huge.
Massive big mutt of an Alsatian mixed with something else, chasing, trying to bite me. It was ridiculous. Yeah.
Very crazy trip so far, and hopefully it gets easier. But I know it's not going to, because we're going north, and we're about to hit the Mongolian regions as well. I know it's going to be absolutely insane. I know the roads are going to get worse, but I know some of the stuff we're going to see is going to be fascinating.
Matt and Gunther, have your motorcycles broken down yet? And if so, where do you find parts help to fix them?
Our bikes have not broken down, but we can find parts in almost every small town.
That's why these specific bikes that I built, that we built through Churchill Customs, there's kind of a Suzuki Haldro, which is a, what do you call it? It's a conglomeration between Suzuki and a Chinese brand, joint venture. And Chinese companies have been knocking off these bikes for years, so they've got fake parts
everywhere.
So basically, no matter what breaks, if we need a new clutch or a new, sprocket or a new, even the whole cylinder head or anything, we can get a fake one that'll fit right on there, bolt right on there. So it's no big deal. We can fix anything, and they're pretty bulletproof. I'll be honest.
They've done us well.
They've done incredibly well, and we've been doing regular maintenance to make sure they don't catastrophically fail. So we're good.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we really appreciate this live stream. We'll keep in touch, and wish us the best. Wish us the best. We really appreciate your support.
Yeah. Sorry, we've run out of time.
Everybody's wishing you the best.
Ski the Desert says get some more sleep, Simo.
I'll try my best. I'll try my damn
we all
best.
need it. We need it.
Wow. That's right. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Cool.
Everybody's saying thanks. Good
You
luck
guys
on
are
the trip.
freaking awesome. We're so lucky to have
USA.
We're so lucky to have you guys behind us. You have no idea how lucky we feel.
Absolutely.
Hashtag blessed.
One last thing, that guy said, any problems with local government officials? Yes, we did have one.
We probably had more, but we didn't know about it.
Filming out the top.
We were filming out a sunroof. Though.
Yeah,
We got caught by a black car, tinted windows.
Somebody actually came out, like we were driving up and down. This is the last story before we sign off.
Sure.
We were driving up and down this road to get some drone shots and to get some shots out the car. So one of them was out the sunroof, filming us. But we kept going. We were there for like 2 hours. That's the problem. You never stick around for a long time, because that's when this kind of thing happens. We're being passed by farmers on their little tractors and stuff, right? And obviously one of them called the local party official or something. And this guy in like a tinted window Audi or whatever came up, and he pretty much drove and cut us off on the bikes, and then we just kind of went around him. And then he drove up to the follow car and he sort of cut them off.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys filming here?
He was like, what are you doing here? What's going on? And then he started making phone calls, and we were like, let's get out of here. So we left.
Hopefully there's not too many more of those.
Yeah.
Our driver told him where to go though.
Our driver told them to go.
Yeah, we've got this awesome Chinese driver who's probably the worst drinker that I've ever met in my life.
Meaning he doesn't drink.
Yeah,
by the way.
he can't.
Which is good for driving.
It's great for driving, yeah.
It's a thing that That's another thing that I prefer in northern China than
Oh
southern
yeah,
China.
that's a very important thing for what we prefer.
You guys have a safer driver
Our
this time.
driver is a million times better.
Yeah, a million times better. Okay, cool.
We are going to say goodbye today.
Totally.
Stay in touch. Leave any comments that you want. We'll try to reply to you guys.
Yeah, if you leave comments on this video, we can actually reply to it because it's going to stay up, but it'll be unlisted. It's only for you guys.
Only you guys.
So only you guys with this link can actually access it. So leave some comments below. We'll get around to replying to you. Thank you so much, guys. You've been awesome.
Here and
See
you.
you around. Cheers.